Grab a Pepsi and make your game day epic.
Football is back.
Dude, it's the third quarter, and this is the 50th time you've said this. We need to talk about your drinking, and I think we need to reconsider moving to Alaska together. Also, this bar serves Pepsi in a can instead of pouring it from a fountain.
What is your fantasy team looking like? Dude, stacked. I got Travis Kelce and Justin Jefferson. Lights out.
2 good players on your fantasy team is not stacked. Every fantasy team has at least 2 good players on them. In the first 2 rounds, it's almost impossible not to have a combination like this.
I got Josh Allen as my QB and locked in Derrick Henry.
It sounds like you needed to draft some goddamn receivers. This is the type of team that has like Odell Beckham on it, and probably Tyler Lockett and Allen Robinson. Receivers you'd love to have on your 2018 fantasy team.
I'll take a Pepsi. Same for me, thanks.
Walking up to a bar and ordering Pepsi. But honestly, any order of Pepsi is a sin. Oh, isn't that clever? It sounds like the opening stomps and claps of We Will Rock You. Too bad Cheers already did this back in 1990.
Are you hearing that?
Nope. Finally, someone is willing to tell the truth that Pepsi tastes like a dirty arena full of sweaty gladiators and unwashed spectators from the Roman Empire days. I just didn't think that someone would be Pepsi. I consider this a punishment, but it's been established that these guys love Pepsi. Still, why would you go through the trouble of delivering a treasure chest of Pepsi on ice that these 2 guys can't even reach unless they get off their stools? So now you're making people work for mediocrity?
I really gotta stop thinking about the Roman Empire.
Why does thinking about the Roman Empire put you directly into a gladiator arena? And what exactly is it that you're worried about? You don't even have to fight the tigers that the NFL players are fighting. You just get to watch and drink Pepsi the whole time. What is this line?
Are you ready?
Silence!
Nobody actually heard Travis Kelce yell that because they're in the middle of an arena stomping and clapping We Will Rock You and generally making loud crowd noises. The commercial does a great job of making us think they heard that, but commercial is lying. Queen Megan Thee Stallion isn't spanking me with this scepter in this scene. Also, while Megan may be the queen, it's pretty clear who's really in charge in this world. So they unleash the tigers because that's what you remember from the movie Gladiator. But why not have lions or bears or jaguars or Texans or any number of dangerous animals actually represented by NFL teams? Looks like Travis Kelce was going to take on that tiger by himself until Justin Jefferson tackled him out of the way. I guess the commercial thought this would be too unbelievable if Kelce just took down the tiger himself in hand-to-paw combat. Understandable. You gotta keep these things realistic. Megan Thee Stallion breaks out into a concert while 4 NFL players are fighting tigers, and this is why I hate going to Lollapalooza, because they always overlap bands I want to see. You mean Hozier and Megan Thee Stallion are playing at the same time on Thursday? I'm a man who enjoys all sorts of music. You can't pigeonhole me into this just wants to watch Hozier crowd, because I want to see Megan too, assholes. Won't be needing this anymore. Also, how does Josh Allen know he needs this lock right now? No one has formulated a plan to lead these tigers behind the gates and lock them up yet. So you're out in an arena fighting tigers, as you do, and you see some sort of stone pillar and think, yeah, we have time to repeatedly crash into this thing until one of the spires falls off so that we can direct a tiger behind a cage. Sure, that's a good use of your time that wouldn't result in you getting mauled and eaten. This is a nice pass to Derrick Henry, but I know 2 things. 1, Derrick Henry is not a very good receiver, and you miss out on fantasy points you get with other running backs like Saquon Barkley. And 2, we all know Josh Allen would tuck this lock and run it himself. No, I'm not a bitter Stephon Diggs or James Cook fantasy owner. Why do you ask? I think this commercial limited its exposure to Derrick Henry because he would in fact have done this to all the Tigers before locking them up was even necessary. I guess you gotta make it seem like somewhat of a challenge. They officially lock a tiger behind the cage and Justin does the gritty and wait a minute, is there any place on this gate that looks like it has a lock on it right now? I admit that Travis Kelce could be blocking my view of the lock, but why ruin a good sin with explanations?
Dedication and understatement. We fill up arenas and rock.
Well, there you go. All you gotta do to win these tournaments is lead the tiger into a sudden pit you didn't even know was there.
Let game day begin!
But what would have happened if the NFL guys weren't able to defeat the Tigers? Do they cancel the season? And what exactly is game day in this world? Was it the fight we just saw? Because in essence, game day already began before the royal decree. Must be Berkeleying your Pepsi can openings. What the f*** are these assholes laughing about?
Well, we've got a big one here in Buffalo.
So the arena makes way for a football field, which is apparently in Buffalo, and it's a game where Derrick Henry, Justin Jefferson, and Travis Kelce are playing. You can have one of those guys, but not the other two.
Both teams came out with playoff-like intensity in the first 2 quarters.
I thought Megan Thee Stallion said, "Let game day begin," but if we go by what the announcer says, 2 teams have already played half a game at this point. And these players look genuinely surprised when they see the football field underneath them. So they weren't playing a game. They thought they were fighting tigers. But maybe they were playing a game and the gladiator was just a simulation that tricked them into doing stuff they normally wouldn't do. It's like playing football in Ender's Game.
What just happened?
If Pepsi has the power to make 2 buddies suffer a shared delusion, why has that never happened before? Why now? Was it really the "we will rock you" that was the missing ingredient?
Are you not entertained?
They decide to take this classic line from Gladiator and give it the least amount of power possible, with Travis Kelce in a t-shirt, a Pepsi, and a way overboard Pepsi media backdrop. And it doesn't even make sense. They just wanted to stick that line in there just because. And those guys need more players on their fantasy teams, is all I'm saying.
When you come in against Derrick Henry, you better go low.
Remember to also check out Cinema Sins, where we send movies, and TV Sins, where we send TV. Also subscribe to Commercial Sins. Click the bell, like this video, slap your mama's ass. Oh, and check out cinemasins.com, which has all our videos in easy genre categories and links to our store where you can buy our sweet, sweet merch that we guarantee you will love. Guaranteed void in Tennessee.